What's up everybody, Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Librarian's Pet, which is in Halo 4, beat the par score on the level Reclaimer. So start that level up. This is the 5th playable level. You can see I've sped this up already. It's going 2 times speed. If you go to the left and just ignore the mammoth, it will get it to go forward sooner actually. It will skip some dialogue. You could run back up to it and get in it while it's moving. You can see it started moving here. And it slows down for you. That guy got splattered. Look at that guy. That corpse just being dragged along the ground. Not cool, but anyway, you can do this on any difficulty. I'm doing it on Legendary. I recommend either Heroic or Legendary because of the fact that you get more points for being on a higher difficulty. So it's a little bit tougher to get the points you need on Easy or Normal, even though it is easier or normaler. But for this part, you just have to ride along the mammoth. You don't really need to do anything. I'm going to get a few kills with this rocket turret, but you don't really need to do this. We're going to get all the points we need all at the end of this level, where we get warped out of the cutscene where we talk to the Librarian, and we're immediately in a battleground with a bunch of wraiths and tanks, and we're going to get in a tank and kill a bunch of wraiths. And that's where we're going to get all our points from. I believe the par score is either 22 or 25,000, I forget. But either way, we're going to get over that by a bunch. And you can see I'm just shooting all the people here. It's not really necessary like I mentioned. You could just stay in the mammoth if you'd like. It's certainly much safer. And you can see we went back to normal speed at this point. We're going to get in this warthog down here at our first stop. And we're going to allow a couple of the Spartans to hop in. Spartan 4s. They're kind of like the Marines in this game. Because Spartan 2s are the way to go. Am I right? Spartan 4s, whatever. Spartan 2s are where it's at. But we're going to wait for this little lip to open, the whatever it is, the ramp to deploy. And we're going to drive out and just follow this path. Take it wide left and then park your guys right here. They'll serve as a distraction while you get this target locator. So grab that, quickly destroy that phantom, and then just run back. And we're not going to get in the warthog, we're going to get in this parked ghost. So we could just get out of here immediately. Might take a couple tries, but it's pretty reliable. If you do have trouble though, for any reason, you could always just take out a bunch of people before going in there and, you know, just going gung-ho, pedal to the metal. And obviously it'll be a little bit safer if you take out some of the enemies, but it's definitely doable fairly easily while there's all the enemies intact, so just know that. And once this recharges, which it looks like it's going to now, we're going to target that big Forerunner anti-air turret and blow that up, and then we can move on to the next section. And you want to stay in this ghost. You do want to keep this ghost. We're going to keep it in the belly here, and you do want to be inside of the ghost, so you can see I'm driving it right now, even though I'm just kind of standing still. If you do leave it on its own, sometimes it falls through the bottom of the mammoth and blows up, so that's no good. So we want to use it, so we want to keep it intact. So chances of that happening are better if you are in it the whole time while the mammoth is moving. And we're actually going to use this ghost to boost ahead. We're going to kind of go, this door opens up ahead of us again, and it allows us to go out over the river that would normally kill us. For some reason, we're in this really high-tech armor, but that river kills us. So just go over it with your ghost, over that ramp that the mammoth provides, and we're going to speed here. You want to make sure your boost is at 100%, and right about now you want to start boosting because there's all these enemies flanking you. So you want to get through this little area without taking too much fire. You can take as much fire as you want, obviously you just don't want to die. But you want to have your boost kind of at full capacity before you go through that little area, so you know you have enough boost to get through all those guys. And then it's just going to, you know, recharge again, and we're just going to move up here. This is normally a section where you would blow up 3 of these power nodes, and it would bring down the big energy wall shield here, and then we could progress through as normal. But we're actually just going to skip this whole section, and it is very, very easy. You don't need to be good at anything at all. Just drive right up to it, turn to the left, or you can turn to the right, I guess. Actually, no, it probably bails you out to the left, so you do have to be on the left side. Sorry about that. But obviously it's very easy to just park next to it, and then you just get out, and it will just kind of throw you right through the shield. And then we're just running over here, and we're going to do another huge skip. So we're going to run over here. You don't want to get too close to the Lich. The Lich actually, it looks like it spawns out of nowhere and comes around the rocks over here, but it actually is here already. If you get too close to it, it will fall through the map and become invincible, so you want to make sure you're on the left side of that very tall cactus, that slender cactus that is to the right of me, and you want to jetpack up here. Obviously I'm having a little bit of trouble. I have the Goldilocks scenario going on. It was too much at first, then too little, and now it's just right, and we're up here, and I'm going to peek over the edge, and you can see the Lich kind of like half in the rock there. So you want to destroy the turret right now, and right when it blows up, you want to jump out, and it is going to activate the Lich, and it'll come out of the woodwork, or the rock work, I should say, and you want to go around back, and there's no enemies in here yet, and you could just kill it right away. You want to wait a few seconds, because if you don't wait, it will actually get the mammoth to stall, and it will just not move forward anymore, and you can't get through the rest of the level. So that's not good. Actually, I think you could get through the rest of the level, but it's much easier to just have the mammoth take you where you need to go, instead of you having to do a bunch of tricky jetpack jumps to get over the deadly 6 or 7 rivers that we have to go through. So anyway, you can see I overshot that. You could actually jump from the lich down to the mammoth, which is perfect, but I overshot that by a bunch, and now some ghosts are shooting at me, but I've made it to the mammoth safely, so that is good news. So this is normally a big battle where there's a bunch of reinforcements of wraiths and ghosts coming at you, and you gotta fight for a long time, and we're just not gonna deal with that. You can see there's a bunch of wraiths and ghosts still around me on my radar, but we're gonna be just nice and safe and snuggly with the mammoth. And I skipped a big part there because it's me just riding along the mammoth to this point where the mammoth could no longer go any further. So we're going to get out here. This is Sniper Alley, and there's a bunch of enemies in here, like Prometheans and Covenant, and there's a bunch of snipers, as Sniper Alley would suggest. But we're just going to walk up there, load the enemies in, and then we're going to run backwards. You can see the mammoth to my left, and just follow this path, go over here, and there's actually a very big skip for here as well. This is like a speedrunner's dream, just because of the fact that there's so many glitches in this level and so many ways to work around everything. So just jetpack up here, jetpack up here, jetpack up here. We're going to get into a soft kill zone, and you'll see it'll say 10 seconds till you die, so get back in the map. And right there, but don't worry, it doesn't last very long at all. It's not that scary. We're in it for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then we just go over here, hop off this little ledge, and then hop down to this rock with your jetpack, and you have to go to the right. You can't go up to the left where I just shot. You got to go up to the right where I just shot right there, because there's an invisible wall for whatever reason towards the left. So you got to go up here, and then this rock in front of me is actually not there, so you could actually walk right through it. So I'm going to jump and crouch, and I'm jetpacking. I'm going to jetpack into this little area here. It might take a couple tries just so you get familiar with the territory. It's not very hard at all once you kind of know where you are. It's a little discombobulating when you go through the rock wall and you're all of a sudden in a whole new area. And you actually don't need to land and stop and rest where I did on that little perch. Like I mentioned, you can actually just run right through the fake rock wall and go right to that area where I got to under where I am now. And then you just go up here and you are totally past that whole Sniper Alley section. If you're having trouble with that, or you just don't want to do it, you could obviously just fight through Sniper Alley as you would normally. You'll get a bunch of points, which is what you're going for, but it will have adverse effects on your time, and time is actually a factor when it comes to par scores, oddly enough. If you finish in under par time, you'll get the maximum time multiplier, which is a 3 times multiplier. So if you finish in the par time and you have 20,000 points, for instance, it will multiply it by 3, so you'll end up with 60,000 points, and the time multiplier slowly drops off as you go over the par time. So the quicker you finish, the better. This part you can see is a lot of just running through hallways, so I've sped it up. I've sped up a bunch of parts in this level because it's a lot of running. You can see I'm running and jumping and smacking. That actually gives me unlimited sprint because of the way the Halo 4 sprint works, which is weird. So just run, or sprint rather, jump and smack, and then hit sprint again, and it will effectively give you unlimited sprint if you time it all right. But anyway, other things that get your score up are skulls. So if you're not on a higher difficulty, you could compensate for that by putting on some skulls. Skulls are things that make the games harder, usually. Sometimes there's beneficial skulls, but most of them just make the game harder, and those are the ones that you want to put on because they actually increase the score multiplier. So I have on 3 skulls right now. I have on Tough Luck, Catch, and Thunderstorm, and I might have on Famine. I forget if I put that on or not. But in any case, I will have plenty of points once we get to the end here. And we are still not looking to kill people. This is right after the Librarian cutscene. I skipped that, obviously, because you don't need to see me watch that cutscene. But grab Cortana out of the pedestal here, and you could fend off some of these crawlers, so they're kind of getting up in my business. But you can actually turn to the left and just jump and jetpack across here, and you can avoid all the enemies to the right, and you just run down to the end of the room, and then we're just going to run back and go through the doorway at the end of the room. So this is an easy way to avoid all of those enemies, and you can do this on any difficulty. I'm doing it on Legendary, so obviously it will work on lower difficulties. Over there is the terminal, and if you need help with any of those collectibles, I have guides up for all the terminals, all the skulls in Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and ODST. ODST doesn't have skulls or terminals, but it has audio logs, which I have guides up for those. Basically all the collectibles in the Master Chief Collection. I have most of the achievements done. I have guides for those, is what I mean. And that includes Lazo and Speedrun guides, which are the 2 hardest sets of achievements to get in the Master Chief Collection. So So definitely check that out if you're interested. I believe I am the only source for LASO guides on the internet, at least all in one spot for all the Halo games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and ODST I have guides up for. I'm sure they'll throw a LASO achievement in Halo 5 as well, so definitely check back here for guides on that when it comes out. And all your other Halo 5 needs, along with any other Halo game, including Master Chief Collection, Halo Wars 2, so anything in the future, anything in the past, and that includes 360 titles, and Windows Phone titles, and Windows titles. So any Halo game that has achievements, I'll be making a guide for each and every one of those achievements. So stick around for all that good stuff, but let's get back to this guide. You can see we were warped to this big battleground right at the end of this level, and there was a Scorpion tank right in front of us, which we happily took away from our Marine buddy. Or maybe he was a Spartan 4, I don't know anymore. But now we have a tank, so just take your time, kill all of the vehicles. The vehicles are really where you're going to get the majority of your points here. There's like 8 Wraiths at the end here, or something crazy like that. And those Wraiths alone will give you the points you need to get up and over that 25,000 mark. Or maybe it's 22. I think it's 25. Yeah, it's 25, so let's go with that. 22, I think, are the second and third levels, and the rest are 25,000, I believe. So just keep on rolling through. You don't have to, go barreling through there. You can see that Wraith was a ton of points, and we're just going to, continue to kill all the Wraiths as we go. There's a bunch of Ghosts as well, which are worth a good amount of points, so don't ignore those guys. Also, there's a random assortment of infantry, but not really. For the most part, it is vehicles on vehicles, and you can see there's a Phantom right there as well. Maybe we'll try to take him out, maybe not. We'll probably just focus on these Wraiths since they're, about to get up in our face and destroy us. So it's probably not a good idea to focus on the Phantom at this point. But you could take it out in theory. But you really want to focus on the Wraiths. They will get you plenty of points anyway, so no need to go at the Phantom. Forget I said it. And this Ghost is just shooting me right in the butt. Not cool. We could actually get up and over this barrier with our jetpack, and I will show you how to do that in a second. I'm just taking out these last couple Wraiths because they are a bunch of points. And we like points, and we don't care who knows. Maybe we'll take out this Phantom. Yeah, let's do it. I thought there was an elite on the ground somewhere. Oh, there he is. Got him. Oh no, that was a Ghost. I don't know what I'm talking about. This screen that I'm doing commentary over is very small. But anyway, just shoot this Phantom. It's the last Phantom. And normally you would end the level by destroying those power nodes in the bubble shields over there, or the dome shields, whatever you want to call them. You can see the nav points just activated on them. But we're going to kill that Phantom, and we are going to go off into the sunset without killing those power nodes. So you can't actually fly directly over the energy shield. It is too tall, but we could climb up some rocks and get over there very easily. Don't worry, it's not hard at all. Anybody could do it. Your little sister could do it. Your newborn child could do it. But just go over here, and we could do a little bit of jetpacking, a little jetpack practice. So get up on this rock, jetpack up to here, roughly. It's not really anywhere specific. You can see there's a bunch of options when it comes to rocks that you could land on up here. And just run across up here, and we're going to go towards the energy shield you can see on the left side of the screen. Not anymore. It went out of the picture, but it's right over here. Just jetpack up and onto these rocks, and it's about to be in frame. There it is. Look at that big, beautiful blue shield. And just jetpack down. Just drop down for the most part, but you want to break your fall by hitting that jetpack button. And I sped this part up one last time because we're just running and jumping and sprinting indefinitely until we get to that target locator and blow up that gravity well, and we are out of here. Here is my score and time and everything for you guys to take a look at and examine. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4. That's Silver Scorpion and the number 4. And I will see you guys later for more Halo achievements.